All right. Hey, music producers. Hey, sound designers. Welcome back to the stream. Today, we're going to be looking at designing a sound in Reaktor, our sound design tool of choice. So, I'm going to be looking at designing a sound in Reaktor, and we're going to make a lo-fi synth. So, I started off with opening up my version of Ableton. Just want to welcome you if you're new here. Reaktor is a sound design tool we use to create sound, and we use it to create different types of effects, sounds, and instruments. So I'm going to use Reaktor today inside of Ableton to create a sound. And that sound is going to be a lo-fi synth. So let's get started. So we're going to start by using blocks from scratch to build out our sound in Reaktor. This is perfect for lo-fi or chill hip-hop, lo-fi beats, or even ambient music. So we're going to focus on getting that sound over time and adding a little bit of bit crusher maybe, a little bit of noise, a little bit of wobble, and give it that signature dusty texture, if you want to call it that. So without further ado, let's jump right into it for today's session. So our session is going to start off with opening up Reaktor as we have here in the plugin window. And I'm going to first bring in the components that we're going to need for this build. I'm going to go up into blocks. We're going to bring in the blocks that we need. And the first ones that we're going to need a note in. That's the first one we're going to need because it's going to take import MIDI keyboard notes from our MIDI keyboard. As I hit a note here, it goes into Reaktor and you can hear the note. And then we're going to go to our oscillator section. We're going to bring in an oscillator. And then I'm going to bring in a filter. Just going to go quickly bringing in the blocks that we need. And then I'm going to bring in an envelope followed by a VCA. And we're going to output that to the output, which goes to our system, left and right speakers. And that's going to output everything out. So the patch looks like this: MIDI patch, oscillator, filter, VCA, and we go out through ADSR and VCA. So let's keep going. So now I'm going to bring in the next components that we're going to need. I'm going to bring in an LFO. That's one of the components we're going to need. And I'm going to use that to create a slow wobble. So I'm going to patch up what we have so far, just to create the sounds that we need. And there we go. And we are going to patch in a LFO. So I'm going to turn up the volume so we can hear what's going on. So hopefully you can hear that. It should be nice and clear as to what the sound is. As we can hear, it's going up and down. And we can visualize this with a scope and see what it's doing. So that's our waveform. Going from compressing to expansion. So yeah. That's just going from low pitch to high pitch. So we're going to keep going with that. And we're going to make a simple lead out of this. I'm going to shape this sound a little bit more and maybe add some texture. So thinking a little VHS. gonna blend these sounds together a little bit better. Let's see if I can do that. Let's bring in a mix. Put it out. Or no. Not like that. So let's bring in a mix 4. Okay, we'll send that out. Oh. We'll send this out one channel. We'll send the other one out the other. Left and right. Left and right. Oops. Okay, we can re-add that VCA. So we got 2 channels. We should have 2. Yep. So we can blend those together. Gonna add in an envelope now, and then let's turn up the LFO rate. Let's add in a little delay. Just gonna reduce that LFO rate. And the volume on the second sound, just a little bit of fuzz, a little bit of hum. And there we have it. So getting something closer to what we want. Make it more present. A little more lo-fi. Too much reverb. A little more delay. Let's add some LFO modulation to that, to the frequency on the filter. Getting more of a lo-fi sound now. And there we have it. Sounding pretty good to me. I would go ahead and save my patch. If you're following along, you can save this patch as well. It's a good idea to kind of build it out. So just to recap, we built this from scratch using just Reaktor blocks. We've got a node in oscillator filter, VCA. We've used a delay, a tape plugin, and we've brought that into a mixer with some delay and reverb. And we've used an envelope to shape that VCA and an LFO to shape our oscillator. We've kind of decided on the second time around that I wasn't going to use the oscillator. Use the LFO to low frequency oscillator to modulate the pitch on the main oscillator. So I substituted that with just some modulation on the filter cutoff of the Portamento key tracking. So adding some modulation depth on the key tracking of the filter, using the same envelope as on the amp envelope. So that would be the same one as this one. So that's the correct name, would be amp ADSR, but we use that signal to modulate our filter on the same at the same time. So killing two birds with one stone, or doing two things at once, whatever you want to call that. But yeah, that is pretty much our session for today. And if you want more fantastic patches like this, or built or fast builds, hit follow or check the link in my bio for deeper sound design tips, and the full course is in the bio. Catch you next time. I'll see you in the next live stream, and keep sound designing.